Welcome to Finding Your Perfect Colour tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you a really easy test to find your perfect colour. Make sure you stay tuned because at the end I've got my top tips for foundation colours. So this easy test that I'm teaching you can be used in two ways. The first way is if you're choosing your foundation, which obviously this video is all about today. When you go to a makeup counter and they recommend shades for you, ask for samples to take home and use this test to see if they're right for you. If you already own foundations, like me, I use this test to find my perfect shade. I was struggling because my favourite foundation is the Makeup Forever, but the N117 was too light for me and the N118 was too dark. So I use this test to determine what the ratio of mixing would be to get my perfect shade. So once all your makeup's removed, it's time to do this simple test. All it is grabbing the shades, in this case I'm going to do 3 colours, and doing a stroke 3 times on your chest in every different colour and 3 times on your jawline in every different colour. The shade that disappears is the one that's best for you. The reason why I do it on chest and jawline is just to check that it's blending everywhere and not just on your face and not just on your chest. Okay, so we're going to test my chest first. So I'm going to get a little bit of the 117 and a little bit of the 118 on the back of my hand. Firstly, I'm going to do a stripe of the 117, then a stripe of the 118. And now I saw that this one's too dark and this one's too light. So I realised I had to mix. So what I did is I grabbed a tiny bit of the 118 and put it in the 117. This is trial and error, but this is a good test on how to do it. So see how that shade just disappears rather than just staying really obvious on my skin? And then you do the same on your jawline. So 118, 117, and then just mixing them together. See, that's the mixed shade. So you can see how that just blends in. Rather than this one, it's just a bit too dark, and this one's a bit too light. And same with on your chest. You're going to see what colour it is when it rests as well. I'm doing a little experiment at the end to show you red undertones, and you'll see that sometimes something will look really light and then it rests for a couple of seconds and it turns quite red. So I'll show you that at the end and make sure you stick around for that. Okay, so now it's on to my top tips for foundation. The first one is 99% of people actually have yellow undertone skin. So it's actually really rare that someone has red undertones. So it's so important that you choose a foundation that has a yellow undertone. I'm going to show you a quick demonstration on how to identify reds in foundations. But even if you were that 1% and you did have a red undertone, you wouldn't want to be accentuating it anyway, so you would still go with a yellow. The reason why you go with yellow is because any kind of red on the skin looks really unflattering and artificial. Because I don't have many foundations in red undertones, I've got a few old products that I bought in emergency situations. This was from Singapore, as you can tell from all the writing, but this is supposed to be a light kind of BB cream and it's really red undertone. And same with the Miracle Skin Perfector. This one's a bit old. I think they've got a few more shades out, but they all seem to be quite red in my opinion. So this is kind of an example of a lighter colour and a darker colour with red undertones. I'm going to show you on my hand. Also, the thing is with these colours is they may not look red to begin with, but once they've rested for a second, you'll see that the colour turns quite red. So this is a foam formulation, so it's a bit odd to apply. So this is an example of a light colour in a foundation, and then I'm going to show you that compared with the yellow undertone of the Makeup Forever, if I can get enough. So we'll let that rest for a second. So These are both supposed to be light colours. So can you see how the cheaper one is very red undertoned and the more expensive yellow undertone is the Makeup Forever? Both are supposed to be light, but one looks really artificial on the skin. Now I'm going to show you the same test with the darker colours. So I've got the 118 in the Makeup Forever and the Miracle Skin Perfector in the Garnier kind of BB cream. So I'll show you again. Obviously my wrists are really light, but you can still see what I mean. See how the Skin Perfector is very red in colour, and this Makeup Forever 118 is that very yellow undertone. So because the 99% of people have yellow undertones, that's why it looks so artificial, is that it's just not realistic that your skin would be that colour, and who wants to be red anyway? My next tip is, once you think you've found the right shade, always try it on at home and have a little hand mirror and test it in every single light you possibly can. Checking your jawline, in your car, in your garden, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, every possible light you can. And if you can't see it, then you know that's a great shade for you. But the last thing we want is that awful line right here. Everyone knows it, that horrible brown line that girls have because they've got the wrong foundation. So that's it from me on picking a foundation colour. Always remember that the right colour is the one that disappears. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll see you guys soon. Bye! It makes me smile.